Alright, hey everyone, Wanderbot here, and welcome back to Stoneshard. I'm pretty sure, yep, they deleted my save file again. Now, I could go back and redo stuff, but I don't think I'd really want to. I could actually throw this in permadeath mode. That is an option. But yeah, they're just going to keep resetting my save file, and I honestly don't care that much. Let's see, Berserker Frenzy, maybe. Do I want to go? Let's go Yorgrim. We'll figure this out. Okay, so we get the map, and everything is good. But yeah, every time they delete my save file, I'll just accept it. Eventually, I would very much like to be able to keep my save, but right now it's kind of hard to care because they keep adding new stuff constantly. Let's buy that. Rumors about a village where ham is cooked with steam. Ah, the local customs. Oh, I apparently already had a smoked ham. Cool. Alright, let's go into inventory. Dwarven axe. You can dual wield in this game. Cool. Well, I'm about as well equipped as I'm going to be. Let's go out and murder brawl some things. Oh, right. The door to exit is out this direction. I remember where I'm going. I know what I'm doing. I'm a little out of sorts. But that is fine. So let's pop back up here. Now, dual wield skill tree isn't in there yet, though. Sadly not. But that's okay. Let's do alchemy kit. Interesting, my character actually talks differently. I mean, shouldn't surprise too much. Do we want to get a peasant hatchet? Yeah. We could go all axe. Or I could go... Here, let's actually take a look at their skills. So, sword has cleaving strike, which is okay. Axe has mutilating lunge. No, we want to go axes. Okay, beyond that, we have reprisal. Each injury affecting the target grants your attacks extra accuracy and crit chance. Let's see, extra damage or ferocity. Inflicting injury reduces cooldown duration for the skill tree by 2 turns. Dang. Both of these are really good. Let's go for ferocity first. This guy is just going to be removing limbs. I'm looking forward to that. Let's see. So let's check map. Oh, now you can press M. And it'll pull things up. So we want to just head... we just want to head east. But yeah, a couple of patches ago, M did not open up the map. I had a bunch of people being like, you moron, press M. It'll do the map. And the answer is no, it wouldn't do the map. There was no map. Or you'd have to manually go into the inventory to do it. Alright. Anyway, I've got a shit ton of food. What's the range on cleaving swing? I've also had somebody else that got really mad at me because I wasn't, well, I guess I'll just do that. Ow! Ha ha ha! Shit. Well, we're back here again. Freaking wolves, man. Getting crit right off the bat was not fun. And this is why I don't generally roll melee. We'll see how far I can get with this guy. I'm gonna give it a couple of honest goes before we, Oh, I picked up the wrong skill. Eh, whatever. I know a bunch of people are like, you should actually sell items to the specific characters because you get more money. Money is kind of useless in this game. I'm just here to experiment with what builds are in this game. But honestly, every time I load this up, I'm like, this is probably going to be the last time I play this. I totally forgot to pick up the quest. Because it's not that I dislike the game in the slightest. I rather enjoy it. It's just one of those where it's like, okay, alchemy kit again. And we're good. Let's see if the map is the same. Map looks like the same. Let's see if I get wrecked by the exact same wolves. I did miss the opportunity to do a mutilating lunge to hit one of them, but still. But no, it's one of those where it's like, I do adore this game. It's really neat. It's just also currently balanced and designed in such a way that it's mostly just going to kick my ass always. Okay, no wolves in sight. We might be safe. I might be able to make it to my second map. Yes. Might have to turn on some of my own music though. Let's do that right now instead of powing around in relative silence. Kingdom, 2 crowns. It's a good soundtrack. It's probably one of my favorite indie game soundtracks, period. Okay, we got a thug. We've got 2 thugs, but... Or, we've got a thug and a goon. Okay, so what's this one? Cut through. Strike with extra damage, armor penetration, and... I don't think we've done a whole lot of injuries. Ooh, that got him good. Well, dual wielding does seem to have kind of what I'm looking for. Let's see. Do I want to... I don't know. We'll see how this goes. Now, was that the other guy that I spotted? It looks like it. I spotted a deer. I don't think I'm going to catch that deer. So yeah, are there any movement skills yet? There are a couple. I've got a lunge, which unfortunately I have to hit a target, so that's the only movement skill I have. Mixed bag on whether or not that's actually really good for me. Main problem is just I can't use it to run away, which of course makes melee extremely risky for me because it's do or die. There might be a couple of situations. Oh, shit. Okay. It's currently just this guy. Dodged it. I'm hoping this just makes it so they come one at a time. Actually, it looks like the other ones are not coming. Okay, we're good. So I'm just gonna hang out here. Be injured. I'm not sure what stats I'm gonna want to invest into. If I'm gonna want to invest in vitality for extra healing, or what exactly? Well, it's fine. Hello, other person that's been waiting for me for potentially hours. Now, does this do extra damage? That does. Okay. And back to waiting. Back to healing. Back to feeling better about myself slowly. It's been days, not hours. I think it was only hours. Days would have seen night pass, but that's okay. Alright, I can definitely see why people were saying this, Oh yeah, we can cook now. We can cook certain things. But I have to have appropriate ingredients to do so. So do we rest until my hand is fine? It does hurt my accuracy and stuff. So yeah, best to just rest. I got plenty of food. And food is cheap. So I'll just bide my time and fight my way through everything. Let's see, anything else here? No. Okay. I see at least one. What the? Oh, shit. How the hell did this guy get behind me? It's probably some kind of screwed up charge move. They're just mucking up my hand, aren't they? Alright. Well, let's just kick back, kill time, and heal up if I can. Eventually I'll have some good equipment, so it won't be so bad, but, whoosh. I am going to be a bottomless pit of food. Well, hopefully eventually I can get some really good armor. And it'll cut down heavily on the damage that I'm taking. Until then, eh. A couple of levels will probably do me some good, too. I am very dangerous. It's just this whole business is very dangerous. I might as well go back up to full whenever I can. Anybody else here? Just nobody in the immediate area. Money! I guess let's go check out this area first. Look who's here! Me! Hello, you! Yet, dual wielding is definitely a major boon in terms of, like, just wrecking through things in melee. Let's see, anything else? No. Because I remember trying to go, like, two-handed sword, which I think worked, but dual wielding seems like it's just vastly superior. Bear hide. Hell yeah. Can't go for that other stuff, but that's okay. We get a pair. Pairs are good. Miss our gold magnet. In this game? Did I have a gold magnet? Jonah was... I mean, she was rich, but I never really thought she was much of a gold magnet. I'd love to play one of these games at some point where it's like one part town builder, where like the stuff that you bring back to town actually upgrades town in kind of an interesting fashion. There's a couple of games that kind of have tackled that, but like I'd love it if it was almost like you start from nothing. You were just some dude. Out in the middle of the woods. Maybe you've got like a wrecked town that you kind of live somewhat near. And you just start doing quests and bringing people back, doing favors for the people nearby, merchants, so on and so forth, and the town evolves depending on what you bring as well. Yeah, the crown's 0. Wow, that's insulting? It's a worthless coin, an actual worthless coin. Let's see. But I don't know. What would be a good example? Kind of like... not Graveyard Keeper, Stardew Valley. I think part of the reason why I bring that up, though, is because the visual design for this game is so Graveyard Keeper-y that I can't help but make the comparison. Okay. Glad I picked the behead skill as well. Okay, we don't have anything there. I guess we'll just rest for a bit. What took damage? Torso. Torso took some damage. Let's see, Dark Cloud for PS4. You know, every time I bring this up, people do say Dark Cloud. I would love to play Dark Cloud someday. I keep hoping that they come up with, like, a really solid, like, HD version. Maybe? Or, like, a Dark Cloud 3? I know you can buy Dark Cloud 2 on PS4. I'm actually pretty sure you can get both of them on PS4. Because I think I do own them. But it's... Ow. Well. Back we go. Ooh, that's a bad head wound. Well, we're just gonna hang out here for a while. If I learn how to do earth magic, I might pick it up. Anyway, let's take a look at some of these things. Massacre. So each successful attack prolongs the duration of this effect by 1 turn, grants an extra stack of it up to 4 stacks. Wow. Okay. So extra crit, body part damage, armor penetration, bleed chance. Axes are spooky. Tormenting swings. Crits with axes apply reduced bleed resistance and reduce max health for 5 turns. That's okay. I think I'm going to want to invest in ferocity and reprisal for the next couple levels if I can. But yeah, I honestly wouldn't mind, kind of like how I've been doing the indie game lightning round, I wouldn't actually mind doing some old games as well, along the way. A old game lightning round, as you were. Okay, pain's pretty bad. Do we want to drink? No, pain's going back down now that the head's healed. I don't think I need to. Definitely gonna have to restock on supplies, though, before next time. I'm just taunting move games I didn't know exist. Sorry. But yeah, just loading up some, like, older games that I've never played before that might be pretty good. Like, I'd really like to sit down and play through a little bit of Bait and Kaidos. I think that's Bite and Kaidos. Because if I remember right, that was like a deck builder JRPG. And I have no idea if it's any good, but it was one of those games that I always saw at Blockbuster. Yes, Blockbuster. And I always wanted to rent it, but we never... My parents were always like, nope, we're here to rent a movie. And I'm like, but... And then I just never picked it up or played it or anything like that, which is a bit of a travesty. Because I've heard it's good. But yeah, same thing with Dark Cloud. A couple other things. I don't know. I just need to put in the time. Unfortunately, time is not on my side. It's never on my side. There's just too many things. Whoops. Unfortunately, a little hard for me to tell how injured a lot of these guys are. But a lot of that, I think, is just going to boil down to guesswork and just hitting them a couple of times before using my number 3 as a finisher more than anything else. But yeah, maybe I could fire up my PS4 at some point. Probably not this week. And just be like, let's take a look at a bunch of neat, like, JRPGs I never played. Because I know there's also, like, Shadow of the Colossus, which... That's not a JRPG, but... Still. Just give everything the 2-hour test. Or the... What is it? The 3-episode test? Somebody used that to describe my indie game lightning round recently. And I honestly have to agree. I think it's actually a great description of, like, what I do. Or what I've been trying to do more so lately. Which is specifically... You know what? When watching a TV show, oftentimes people will be like, you know, you just have to get past those first couple episodes, and then it's not so bad. Let's see, we can't really see how injured he is. Can we? I'll hit him one more time. Yeah, it's probably good. We level up. Ooh, we found a magic mace. And a purse. Admittedly, mace, not exactly what I'm going for here, but that's okay. Drop the booze. Grab the purse. I know people were saying you can only carry so much gold on you at a time and blah, blah, blah. They're right. There's the alchemy stuff. Shoot. What do I have in my inventory that I could get rid of? I mean, probably the rags. Those are worth 60. Bear pelt is worth a lot. Probably worth more than the rabbit pelts. Can you get a bigger inventory in this game? Not that I've experienced so far, no. It'd be nice if you could get, like, a bag of holding, or just, like, a bigger or better backpack. Kind of outward style,
But I haven't seen that yet, so I'm assuming that doesn't exist.
Okay, I think I killed everybody here. Also, I leveled up. I think I'm just gonna put all points into strength. Boost my injury chance as much as possible. No, each injury or... Let's grab ferocity. Because that guarantees better damage faster. Because I can trigger my abilities more often, and I barely use energy to begin with. So there's no real reason why I need to be particularly conservative with it. Anyway, yeah, if a game holds your attention for 2 to 3 plus hours in a row, it must be interesting. Yeah, exactly. And so, people use this kind of technique to determine, you know, watch 3 episodes of an anime or a TV show or whatever. If it holds your interest after that, it's probably worth going for the rest of it. Maybe? Who knows? Let's dump the lump of coal in favor of a carrot. And so I've been trying to do that more so with a lot of indie games lately, where instead of well, not just indie games, just games in general, and just being like, okay, does this game hold my interest for 2 to 3 episodes for a YouTube series? And if it does, awesome. You know, I will just gladly play more of it. Maybe not. And I wouldn't mind just kind of applying that to like a bunch of maybe not smaller games, but games that I wouldn't normally play. And yeah, cool. Cool if I end up keep going or not. Amberland looked pretty good for an old school dungeon romp. It did. I actually would, once I'm done with Stoneshard, I might go back to Amberland. Which might just be at the end of today. The main problem is this game only has, like, so much build variety in it, and it's really one of those that I don't want to burn out really hard before the, well, not before the game comes out, but I don't want to burn out really hard before the game's, like, done. Because I did that with Vagante. I still haven't seen what the last couple levels in Vagante look like, just because, like, why? Well, I mean, I should, but it's just, like, hard. I like Stoneshard, but there's still a lot more to do. Yeah, exactly. And so, pretty positive about where it's at. A lot of people were telling me to do this specific build, which is why I want to come back to it. But I think once I'm done with this, unless something else just absolutely replaces, I guess, my enthusiasm, I'll probably take another look at Amberland. It was not the most varied game I've ever seen, but it was fun. And that actually counts for quite a lot. Okay, hapless peasant or lost relic. Let's see, it's also a good test to see if people on YouTube are interested too, right? Oh, yeah. Yeah, 3 episodes is usually the point where where it's obvious whether or not, like, a series is going to do really, really well, or if it's absolutely just not worth my time. There's a couple where I just... let's see. Man, this guy is just an absolute racist. Let's see. Oh, there he sells the Pyromancer mantle. Long last. Admittedly, I don't care too much about the Pyromancer mantle, but still. I'm gonna just repair those. Now, my coat is way better than that. What about this? These are pretty good. Would cost me most of my money, though. So I can replace my cloak, my boots, and my hood. My belt's pretty dang good, so I probably don't want to replace that. See, there's the padded coif. Shit stuff's pricey. Oh, no. I can replace my fur vest, actually. It's not actually that good. Obviously, the Lamlar's quilted vest is bad. So we're just gonna buy this. That's 2 extra protection. And fairly good. Oh yeah, he does have the Pyro Cowl. I was waiting for this stuff to show up when I was playing Jonah, but... pfft. Oh well. Let's see, what else do I have? Got a lot of booze, but we should go sell that to other people. So there's Wonder talking about playing Shadow of the Colossus. I would like to someday, along with a lot of other things. Okay, so he buys the silverware. I was expecting he'd buy the nails for more, but I guess not. Ooh, mail is pricey. Everything is expensive. Damn. Okay, let's see what these characters have. Well... they'll probably buy all the mead. They will. So we want to pick up... we want to pick up a couple of food items. I'll just buy a bunch of cheese. Okay, now let's go... where do I buy scrolls from? Maybe down from this guy? At the very least, we want to buy a bandage, but I was hoping to get an identification scroll from him. Nope! Damn it! Okay, Merciless Heavy Club. It's pretty busted. And not really worth it. Okay, let's just buy some bandages. Didn't mean to pick up the bucket, but whatever. Okay, what is that? An enchantment scroll. That'll do. It's not necessarily worth it. So wonder you're a trooper for playing this after losing save files. Let's see. And I appreciate you pushing through. Honestly, losing save files is fairly normal for me. For a game like this, it's easier to swallow. Let's see. If I repair this first, probably wasn't worth it. I don't actually know what I was at before, but whatever. Okay. Where's my next quest? Straight north, and then over to the left. It's fine. But yeah, for me, losing my save progress on this sort of thing isn't so bad. Oh, do we want to go save? Yeah, let's go save first. Let's not be a dummy. I think largely just because, like, it's an early access product. I absolutely understand losing my save file. Oh. They made this a lot cheaper. I think we're only going to be here for like a couple of days, so not really worth it. Let's see, why game swap? Wolcen was getting a little boring, and it's also one of those where, like, I don't want to burn myself out before I think this stuff's all good. I don't want to burn myself out before playing multiplayer with Shell, because multiplayer is going to be way more interesting for me. And since offline mode does not transfer, then... But yeah, if I like a game, I will play it over and over again, regardless of whether or not it actually transfers over. I mean, take a look at my Dragon Quest Builders 1 series. The first 15 episodes are of me just screwing around in the tutorial, just doing science and shit. If it's a good game, like, it's worth my time. And so yes, I am a little crabby about losing my save file, but what that's ended up doing to some degree is now I'm just kind of like, okay, well, that means I just don't need to care about these characters. So if I die or I get frustrated, I can just stop and be like, eh. Yeah, so I can pretty much just cycle these, Dumpling. I can just cycle my active abilities this way. That's neat. Screwing around in the tutorial brought us the double-decker diarrhea dollhouse. That was actually in Dragon Quest Builders 2. Shout! Attack mode. Owie. That hurt. Yeah, we're doing fine. But still. But yeah, so I wanted to give axes a go. I doubt I'm gonna stick around for, like, greatswords. I could. I don't think so. It seems like it's, interestingly enough, got more of a duelist bent to it, which is okay, but it's not really what I'm going for. I've heard daggers are pretty good. Yeah, it does actually look like daggers are pretty good. I'm not a big fan of From the Shadows. I'm pretty sure that straight up just doesn't work currently. Second loadout holds a dagger. Switching to it doesn't end the turn. So daggers would make a really good accompaniment to bows. I know you could go for dazing, but this would be kind of... That would be kind of neat. And sword and board is an option. Oh, we got a couple of different things that I could mess around with. What does Burdock do? Burdock's good. But even then, like, still gonna run with the usual kind of... I'm gonna say caveat here, where there's a very real possibility... Let's see, we're here. Very real possibility that this series will, like, pause sooner than later, and then I'll come back to it once it's actually sufficiently had its updates. It's just, luckily, nothing's coming out in February, so I can kind of dwell a little bit more. I say that, but there's actually a number of really cool-looking games that are coming out. There's the Monster... Uh-oh. There's the Monster Collection roguelike that I was playing earlier. There's also, what's it called? There's a deck builder dungeon crawler. That's also, coming out, I think, on the 18th. That I actually already played. That I thought was quite good. Well, let's eat the cheese while we're here. I wonder when Monster Sanctuary is due to come out. Well, Monster Sanctuary, I mean, technically has been out. I don't know when it's going 1.0. Owie. Look at how there's another wolf just, like, couple paces over here. Just didn't even notice me. Ooh, bear trap. That's probably what got the boar. Could have gotten the wolf. Oh, let's just rest up for a little while. I don't know when Monster Sanctuary is going to go 1.0. They can take their time. I got so many other things to come out. A brutal is this game? Is there a meta progression planned? I don't think there's meta progression, to be honest. Let's see. Thirsty, a little bit in pain. Pain will go away shortly. I don't find this game particularly brutal after a certain point. Once you've got your build like going and you've kind of got a tempo on how it works, it's not so bad. It's still a relatively difficult game. I'm really looking forward to having the utility skills and all the other spell casting in the game, though. That'll be fun. I am still hungry. I might have to go get a Soylent or something. Ghouls! Maybe we could have waited on that one, but that's okay. But yeah, so more interesting games actually have been announced fairly recently for February. It's kind of one of those the really indie stuff that I wouldn't normally know about. I'm not gonna be able to make these things bleed, am I? Pain in the ass. I feel like you should be able to break the arms off of the skeleton then. Well. I might honestly get yeah, I'm dead. And I'm dead. I could reload. I think part of it is it still is very difficult for me to like want to go too much further because I know this character is going to get sapped. Like my problem is my enthusiasm for this game is high. My ability to deal with repeated deaths and know that like no matter how hard I put work into building this character up and getting the requisite things, I'm still going to get I'm still going to lose him soon enough. What I wish they would actually do is make characters save separately from the standard save system. One of my favorite games of all times is Icewind Dale 2, and interestingly enough, your character had like a different save data than the world state. And so what you could actually do is start the game over and import a pre-existing character to start the game with. So we beat the game once and then New Game Plus through it with a bunch of max level super bruisers. And it was just the stupidest shit, but it was really funny. And I feel like they could actually do really well with a system like that for Stoneshard, because you could straight up just say like, hey, wipe everything about this character except for their current level, and, you know, even wipe all the stat points, just give them back to you. So if you retool the skills, like whatever, but your character will still be level 5 and they'll still have X amount of gear or whatever the gear's value is or something, so you could buy it. I doubt that would actually work. I'm sure there's no way to put that into the game easily without spending a lot of time on it, but that would absolutely improve everything about this currently, because then you could just have a character that just is eternal, that, you know, carries over from update to update. You know, maybe they get wiped for 1.0 or something like that, but if all of his progress, except for his level and equipment, you know, if the level and equipment didn't get wiped, I'd be super fine, because it's like, okay, whatever, I have to do the beginning quest again. I could just absolutely beast through it. Why not? Who cares? But as it stands, it's kind of like, I'm going to come back in a couple of days and the progress is going to be wiped, and yes, I know I can go back to beta and keep playing with them. But that's just slightly less fun for me. I'm glad it came back for the axe build, though. I can't wait to see what axes will be like, with specifically armor and dual wielding. And maybe a little bit of medicine and some other things to, like, really help out to get around. It might be more difficult to handle updates like that. Yeah, that's part of the reason why I'm like, I would entirely understand why they wouldn't have stuff like that. It just would be super nice. I could see Raised Shield being a not half bad thing to spec into as well. Go much more like heavy armor and whatnot. See, if I've gone through all the skills. Let's see. I've done swords, I've done axes, I haven't done maces yet, I haven't done daggers. So maces and daggers I haven't done. I only barely touched greatswords. I've definitely done ranged weapons. Haven't done shields yet, that seems like something for later. I did a little bit of staves, I was okay with staves. And then I've done both magic classes. But I think truly, I'm going to stand by my statement of, I really, really kind of want to wait before I play too much more of this game. I love it to death. But every time I load it up, I'm like, it just gets slightly staler with every playthrough, and that's rough. No utility? There are no utility skills yet. There's basic skills, but you can't unlock any new ones. And there's nothing else. Combat and magic mastery sounds interesting. Sabotage, survival, athletics. I don't know. We'll see. The other thing I might start doing is just see if I can get a trainer or whatever and just give myself like a massive amount of gold whenever I start one of these, just so I can like kit myself out with good stuff and plow through the early game. That wouldn't be a terrible idea. Because it would certainly help. This character starting with no armor is miserable. Fur vest is not good. Not nearly good enough. Does this guy just straight up have no protect? Yeah, go figure, I was getting wrecked.